Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Friday. Got to get down on Friday. Go to the club. February 5th, episode 327. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong. Who's to say? Wiping my face with that Witch Hazel Lavender Facial Toner because I was just in the mood to feel all shiny clean. This is how you know I don't wear makeup anymore. Only when I'm doing some shoots. It's just so nice when you're feeling like you need a little refresher. Put on that toner. Live a new life. We are going to be doing a shortened show today because I actually have somewhere that I have to be. I'm being suspicious about it. I'll update you guys on the other end of things. So we are going to keep a very tight show. So we're not talking about much today. I will take Streamlabs and Super Chats, but then we are going to jump right into rest in peace, Christopher Plummer. Horrible, 91 years old and impacted a lot of our lives. So a lot of our lives. And I want to talk about that. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about WandaVision. And then we are going to get the fuck out of here. So everybody get them in loud, get them in proud, get them in quick. Let's go. Those of you, a.k.a. Esteban, saying hazelnut bad for your skin. It's not hazelnut. Witch hazel. Witch hazel and lavender. Witch hazel aloe vera formula. I'm telling you, this shit is bomb.com. All right, let's get into the stream labs and super chats, and let's make sure that we hear from you guys, and then we can hear from me. We always got to scratch your backs before I scratch my back because you guys have the better backs. What is she even fucking talking about anymore? I don't know. I just subtracted 100 days from how many times we've been live. So who the hell even knows what's going on anymore? The first one coming in today as of the 5th comes in from our dear friend LD, who says, actually last night, Rob Fishbeck said late last night. So last night I was informed you saw the cucumber bit. I'll 100% own it. But my manager threw me under the bus. I need your advice, Rox. As a manager, how would you look at the situation? He claims he's as good as or better than your friend Tom. Also, the hot one's going down on Saturday, 4 p.m. my channel. Happy 327, by the way, Rox. I have no idea what you're talking about right now, Rob. With the manager, what are you talking about? Also, I think Tom is awful. Explain this, Rob. Also, there's a lot of spelling and double words in here, so I'm guessing you're a little lit, so it might not make any sense. So let's go to LD. LD123 says, hey, coach, I was feeling kind of silly this morning, so I put glitter on my nipples before going to the gym. I have to say, I look super sexy with glittery nipples. So I need to know from the male rock stars, do you think that is sexy? And now I'm back from the gym, about to go to the pool and swim. But I have to say, while the glitter nipples looked fire, it kind of felt bad while I was working out at the gym. Also, it was weird to have glitter come out of my sports bra swim time. So let's hear from the men in here, or the women who like women in here, or the non-binary people who dig women as well. Anybody who's interested in women, how do you feel about glittery nipples? I think that glittery nipples are dope. I think they're dope. But we'll hear from the guys in here, and the gals in here, and the peeps in here. No, Rob, I get that Jake is your manager, but I don't get what you're talking about. You mean because he sent me that picture? You've gone into business for yourselves, and you've started. Rob, you used to be doper. Now you just use this show as a time to promo all your stuff and talk about you things, and I don't understand even what you're saying half the time. Jake's always dope. Peggy says, that's just asking for chafing. I know, that's true. Jake says, not my thing, but I don't hate them. John says, I like nipples with or without glitter. It's a great point. John, I like a person like you. Nipples are nipples, covered in glitter or not. Matt Link says, glitter nipples. Sure, it's certainly not a bad thing. Hitman Hudson says, sexy, yes. Practical, no. I think that's fine. Ace Money says, not my thing, but if it makes her feel sexy, then the confidence will shine through and be appealing to a guy. Esteban says, glitter is very annoying. Yeah, I will say that glitter gets all over places too. So it's got a little bit of a cleanup. Hopefully that helps your question. Moody in here says, Roxy's advice corner, make your beds. Don't Gorilla Glue your heads. That is so true, Moody. Didn't know I had to add that to the list, but apparently we do. Kadosho says, WandaVision episode 5, holy shiznit. No spoilers yet, guys. We will do those in a little bit, but holy shiznit's not a spoiler. Also, okay, we've got a Spider-Man title. Spider-Man Home. And Home stands for Hobgoblin, Ock, Mysterio, Electro. Ock is pushing it a little bit that way, but I feel this. I think it's dope. Glenn Caesar in here says, hello, Roxy. Much love to you, Grammy and Papo. Good luck with the vaccinations this weekend. As always, thanks for still hanging out with us even after a busy Friday and week for you. Archer Skittles, Chunks, Silver the Elf, peace, bunnies, and hugs to you and yours. Continuing to say it, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them, for killing Breonna Taylor, justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names. Positive thoughts to you, RJ, and the rock stars who show up here and give their support whenever and however they can. Don't forget, when it gets tough, even if you're by yourselves, you are not alone. Everyone who is battling, keep on fighting. We're here with you. You are kind. You are smart. You are unique. And being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including internet strangers, makes you worthy. Therefore, your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. You are appreciated. Again, hashtag smash cancer. Thanks for always being here and there for us. Be most excellent to each other. Rock stars, because you're cool people to know. Roxy's the best. Roxy's number one. Roxy's the best. Roxy's number one. Happy Roxy Day. Cheers to any and all of you. And then the fuck yeah news and WandaVision. Yes, Glenn, with those epic comments every time. Zen Glenn in his house. Also in here, Piz. Okay. Piz. P-I-Z. Maybe they're pissed off. Saw your tweets last week on being disappointed about WandaVision. Maybe a bad trope about the crazy woman grieving. Do you still think it's going that way? And also, what if it's more like a Darth Vader and she redeems herself? Does that break the trope? Thanks. Great question, Piz. And I'll talk about that when I go over WandaVision stuff. But thank you so much for getting that in. And I will talk about that when we are giving spoilers on the episode, which are not yet. If you spoil the episode in here before we get to spoilers, then you are banned for life. Those are them rules. I don't make the rules. I do make the rules because it's live at the Roxy. So I do make the rules. That's the end of the sentence, I guess. I make the rules. I make the motherfucking rules. Before we talk about WandaVision, let's check in and talk about Christopher Plummer. 91 years old. Brutal to lose him during this time because he is truly one of the greats. I think that, when you live into your 90s, as as 2 of my 3 grandparents are right now, 2 of my 3 surviving, 3 alive grandparents, 2 of them are in the 90s, Grammy and Papa, as you guys know very well. Anybody who's had the privilege of knowing people who are in their 90s knows that they tend to have lived a lot of life. There's not many people who make it till 90 that didn't live a lot of life. And so when we lose somebody who's lived that much life, we lose somebody who has lessons and stories and has created such impact on us all. So 91, it's a different kind of sad. It's sad that they're gone, not sad because it's just sad that they're gone. And looking over his filmography, is 217 credits on IMDb. That's more than you see the majority of the time with a lot of these legends because it just means that he was always fucking working. The last thing he shot is not out yet. It is currently filming and supposed to come out in 2021. Heroes of the Golden Masks. He's a voice in it. Other than that, we saw him in Knives Out in 2019. So this is a man who decided to work until pretty much the day that he died. Obviously, when he took over for All the Money in the World, that was an excellent performance. He stepped in and was one of the only people who could step in under those circumstances. And that was pretty phenomenal to watch him as Getty. That was really cool and definitely something to remember. What are your favorite performances? How do you guys feel? Beautiful Mind obviously comes to a lot of people's minds comes to a lot of people's beautiful minds when you think about him or talk about him. He was nominated for 3 Oscars, won one of them. That includes the nominations are for All the Money in the World and The Last Station, and the one that he won was for supporting role in Beginners in 2010 at 82, which is when he became the oldest winner to win a competitive Oscar in an acting category. Not too shabby. This guy is freaking deserves all of the flowers. I hope we gave enough to him while he was alive, and just such a true legend. Checking in with you guys in the super chat and the streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I'm right here in the super chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Yeah. A lot of you guys just talking about how living to 91, not too shabby, and what a living legend he really is. I think that when you manage to do what he did, you've just kind of left it all on the table. You left it all on the table. You gave it your all. You left it all on the table. Yeah, tons of people in here, of course, mentioning Sound of Music. That should have been one of the first words out of my mouth. So long ago. As Von Trapp, that's 1965. I mean, talk about having a full, well-rounded career. Was there any genre he didn't do? Anything that he didn't do? Really tough one. So thank you guys for remembering him with me. We're going to be thinking about him today and paying respect to him, his loved ones, and just appreciate being able to talk about him and all of the art and the gifts that he gave us. And what's cool about that is that never goes away, lasts forever. So thank you to Christopher Plummer and giving back to all of us. We really appreciate it. Let's go back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ryan Payne says, RIP, rest in peace to Christopher Plummer, a beloved man who lived a long life and gave us so much in his acting. Rest in peace to Trayvon Martin, a life that was taken before his time, and today would have been his 26th birthday. Never forget. Justice to all victims of police brutality. Yeah, I have seen a lot of people posting about that today. That makes me sick to my fucking stomach to think about that he would have been 26 today. Oof. Thank you for saying that here, Ryan. I should have brought that up earlier in the show. Morse Code Z in the Streamlabs says, rest in peace, Captain Von Trapp. WandaVision spoilers, so I will not read those yet. Rob Fishbeck says, just trying to hustle. I praise you as a mentor on the show all the time. Here's some pitches. Spider-Man Home Depot. He gets a part-time job in the plumbing section. Spider-Man Home Video. He goes into the TV through old VHS tapes. Spider-Man Homeward Bound. He meets up with the dogs and cats from the 90s movie. That one's good. Spider-Man Homegrown. Peter gets into the marijuana industry. Yes. Spider-Man Homeless. He invested in risky stocks and wound up in the streets. Wow. Imagine if he was part of the most recent stock scandals. That would be amazing. He put too much into GameStop too fast. Or maybe that's what gets him out of being homeless. All right, let's talk about WandaVision. Now is the time. We're going to jump full-blown into it. We're going to give spoilers. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to break it down. We're going to go into episode 5. And so if you've not seen WandaVision yet and you are planning on it and you do not want it to be spoiled for you, then get the fuck out and join us again here live at the Roxy tomorrow, because we are here live every single day. I know it was a shorter show today and we're probably only going to be here for another 10 minutes. But hey, when you're live every day and you make the fucking rules, then you get to choose this stuff. So get out of here. Unless you want to hear about WandaVision. All right, let's get into it. WandaVision, Season 1, Episode 5, aired last night at midnight. It was an interesting episode. I liked it a lot more than the previous episode. I still feel strongest about Episode 3, but I think that this episode opened up my mind to the fact that there's a possibility that this works out. So this is what I'm kind of looking at it as. This is either going to be the turning point for me. When I look back at the end of the season, I'm either, and if I don't like the way that the show ends up, it's going to be that this turned for the worse in episode 4 and 5. But if I like the way the show ends up, then I'm going to be like, 4 and 5 were great episodes because they were all part of this mystery arc. So this is kind of like these are big episodes. I'm glad that we're back to the sitcom style. I think that was a really, really good choice. I wanted to go back. It's funniest this way. But there's also, we still don't know, is my concern about, is she going to be this crazy woman? That's what we were talking about earlier. And thank you again to PIZ for asking, do you think it's going that way and more of a Darth Vader if she redeems herself? Here's the thing. everybody who tweeted at me, because people seem to hate that I don't like that this is going to be a crazy woman story, if that's what it is. Everybody was like, a crazy woman story. There's crazy men stories all the time. What about Joker? What about Darth Vader? What about Thanos? What about, and they named like 50 people. They're literally naming all villains. And female villains, male villains, fine. To me, I don't want to see Wanda be a villain. I want Wanda to be a hero. She's one of the greatest heroes in the Avengers. She's one of the most powerful people in the Avengers. I don't want to watch her become a villain. That's not what I want to see. So even though Darth Vader, the argument does he or does not redeem himself is a valid argument to have. And I think redemption has levels. So I don't think you either do or don't. I think it's not as black and white as that. But I don't want Wanda to have to be a villain. I want her to be a hero. So I think that, I think that that's not how I'm feeling. But I do think that this show, there was a couple things that made me think, okay, maybe this is the way it's going to go. She seems to have control. However, she says she didn't start this and she didn't know who was knocking on the door, and she didn't plan that. When she goes out of the force field and is talking to our other characters and she's saying like, I'm doing this and leave me alone, and I'll leave you guys alone. She's kind of saying she has full power. But when we see her in the world, when the dog dies, she either can't or won't bring the dog back to life. So does she have full power? She's either doesn't know that Quicksilver's at the door, or she's lying. And I don't deem her to be a liar. So I think that there's so many things here and the Agnes thing, Agnes seems to not a big bad. Seems like Agnes is in on it, but she's not being controlled by Wanda in the same way where she says, should I take that again? She's aware of the situation, but she doesn't seem to be controlling Wanda. So I think there's more at play here. Wanda can't remember how this all started. Even that Wanda footage of her stealing Vision, I think there's more to that because we can't hear exactly what's going on, and it just isn't adding up. So I think that these are all kind of a little bit red herrings, and I think she might think she has more control than she does, but really I think there's something more going on here, which excites me because I want to see that happen. Andrew Thomas says, hey, sexy hippie Roxy. I enjoyed episode 5 because Vision is starting to get suspicious, and Baby Vision and Evan Peters as Quicksilver was cool. I agree. That was really cool. It's interesting to watch these kids be able to age themselves. So how exactly does that play in? Just some thoughts that I've been having. Curtis Mason says, I knew Evan Peters was in the show, but I expected him to be one of the kids. I wasn't expecting him to play Quicksilver again. Yeah, with the oh my God, she recast Quicksilver. But if she was able to just bring people back from the dead, like she did with Vision, don't you think she would bring her actual brother back and it wouldn't be somebody else? So between that and the dog thing, I don't think she is all powerful in this land. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. That message that had come in from Morse code when he said spoilers. I think Sword is head dude is problematic. Me too. I think they were messing with Vision and Wanda rescued him. I think she's being subtly manipulated, and Monica stank eye at Captain Marvel abandonment feels. Yeah, it was interesting to watch Monica in this episode too, because with her test results not working out that way, there's obviously showing that she either has some kind of powers or that or being inside there changed her. So I don't know that we fully know what's going on with Monica or that we can completely trust her. I agree that the head of Sword does not seem like the greatest dude, especially lying about the missiles aspect of it all. I thought that was really cool watching Wanda take that plane and throw it back to them as a toy, essentially. That was pretty badass. She is so powerful. So she's fun to watch. Vision catching on, I think that makes sense. Vision being able to use his powers on that guy, I was like, what is happening here? Was Wanda capable of giving Vision back his powers? Was this even one of Vision's powers to begin with? And if we know she's using his corpse, so this is the corpse of Vision walking around. It's a lot to think about here. A lot to think about. I love the commercial that we saw this time. Again, I really like the sitcom era, and I like that angle of it. I liked watching the kids grow up too quick. I think it's an interesting thing that now we've got these two kids and everything for the children, and there's no other children in this town. And what are these children capable of? A lot of this, I think, is going to have to do with those kids wanting to get their hands on those kids or something with those kids. And we just don't know what yet. Esteban says, OMG, the way Monica didn't want to talk about Captain Marvel. I think it has to do with her mom having cancer, and obviously Captain Marvel wasn't there. Yeah, it's definitely possible. That's, I think, what a lot of people were interpreting from that. So there's more to the story. But yeah, could be that. Some people are, they hold grudges. And yeah, it's just the way that it is. Any other thoughts on this episode or the future episodes before we get out of here? I would love to hear more from you guys. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer or right here in the super chat. In the Streamlabs, Ryan Payne says, I feel right now each episode is giving the outside perspective that Wanda is crazy, but this episode has given me the notion that she's being complicit in what's going on because it gave her Vision back and a family. That might be the case. She might be being complicit and isn't crazy, and somebody else is really trying to get her to do this. That could be an interesting angle as well. And people obviously thinking that might be Mephisto. Curtis Mason says, I think there is a big bad controlling her to some extent. It looks like Darcy, Jimmy, and Monica are going to be the heroes to help save Wanda. Yeah, because Monica, even though she obviously got really fucked with, she still seems to have Wanda's back. So that was kind of nice to see as well. ZB says, do you think computational services has something to do with running all the small things? I don't actually even understand that question. Somebody explain it to me. Computational services has something to do with running all the small things. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Explain yourself. Sorry, I wish I knew. Bad Rabbit in the Streamlabs says, I don't think Wanda is a villain. I think she took Vision with the intent to give him more of a humane burial. Vision isn't a human, so can enchant a machine. I think Agnes is the writer/producer and Wanda is the star. But if Agnes is the writer, then why did she ask Wanda if she should take that again? Tricky. Ace Money in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, we have to assume Vision has inherent abilities beyond any power the Mind Stone gave him because he was originally designed for a body for Ultron. Yeah, I think that's true. And that's probably why Wanda isn't able to do the same work on him that she's able to do on other people as well. So that's probably how that works. Computational is Vision's job, but I don't understand the thing that you're saying, running all the small things. What does that mean? What do you mean in running all the small things? What are running all the small things? We are getting out of here in a couple of minutes, so make sure you get in any last minute super chats, Streamlabs. Thank you guys for talking about WandaVision with me, an episode that really could be a turning point either way. It was also pretty funny, so that was exciting. Thank you to Jake for putting this in here. I just don't want to see Wanda be a villain. It's just not what I want. But I know some people do, and to each their own. And I'm not sitting here telling anybody if that's what they want, that's not a valid opinion. It's just not what I want to see. So ZB says, is the company an allegory for all the tasks that Wanda says she couldn't possibly be in charge of? Oh, you're talking about the things where she's like getting people to their appointments on time and going to the dentist. Is that what you're calling the small stuff? I don't know. That'd be interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Let me know what you're thinking of the episode. Yeah, and all that stuff. We're going to have another one to talk about next week, and we will have more things to talk about tomorrow and all weekend. Another Bad Rabbit coming in the Streamlabs. Agnes is the she everyone is talking about. Wanda let Monica in to help. Agnes is complicit because I think she made a deal with Wanda to give her all of this and is trying to keep her happy. Could be true. Could be true. So you think Agnes has more control over Wanda maybe than Wanda has over Agnes? All right. Getting out of here. Much love to you guys. Much love to WandaVision. Excited to see where this goes. More excited this week than last week. I'm always willing to be wrong and excited to be wrong about things. Desi Alvarado says, how do people know exactly who fought Thanos in the battle? That was weird. LOL. Maybe it was mass televised. I don't know. When there were so many people there, like that shit would have gotten out. There's so many people. So many people saw. Too many witnesses. You know, you can't dead a story with that many witnesses. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. All right. Much love, everyone. Make your beds. Take care of yourselves. Drink a lot of water. We're all forgetting to do that. And make sure you follow me on Stereo. I've been doing more things there. Last night I went live with Brett. It's awesome. He was intoxicated. It was really funny. So, yeah. Okay. Take care of your loved ones and yourself. Whatever. She's in a weird mood. Wish me luck today in the thing I'm about to do.